Go. All right, so this was the activity that we looked at yesterday. Okay? Now, what you need to do is go through, and your job was to look at these, make sure you know which ones are functions, which one are not. Okay? So I'm going to help you go through that and do this. You needed to cut and paste them. Again, this was for your practice. So if it's not something you did, you missed that opportunity. Once we are done with this, I'm going to pass out the activity that you do have to do and turn in. Okay, so look in here. We had 4 graphs on here. Okay, and the thing you had to remember when you were trying to get through this and go through the graphs, what you have to do is use the vertical line test. So this will also help you answer the other part. Okay, so we've got vertical lines here, and we're going to go through and we're going to draw some of them, and we'll make sure we're good to go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my vertical lines for each of these, and then we'll go through and see if it passes or if it fails. All right, so here on letter A, you look here, and if you take this vertical line and you run it across, you will notice that it never actually touches a point, more than one point at a time. So since that is the case, letter A would have been a function. So you could have just written yes. Okay. Then you go through and you look at the next one on B. Well, as you go through B, it happens pretty early and it's easy to see. It touches twice. So the answer there would be no, it's not a function. Okay. Similar to that on E. Oh, what do you know? It's another one where it touches it twice. So that would be one that is no. And then the last one that was a graph, F, if you go across, it never touches more than once. So that would be another one that is yes. All right. Any questions on the graphs? Okay, so remember those are on the notes from yesterday as well. It is the vertical line test for that. All right. C and G were a little bit easier. Okay, you had to look and do this one. You need to go through. This is tables. What we learned the other day is for tables, you just got to check your X values and see if one repeats. So as I look at letter C, which is this top part, my X values are -2, 0, 2, and 4. Do any of those repeat? No, they do not. So this is another one that would be a function. Okay. Now, if you look at G, I notice that -2 shows up twice. And there are different Y values associated with it, so therefore this is not a function. So that answer would be no on G. Okay? Now, same idea as you look at D and F. These are a set of points where you got to go through and see. Again, how you figure this one out is you look and see if any X values repeat. So all the X values are right here in the first one. Were there any that repeated? Yes, there were. 0 is X, 0 is X. Those are two different X, or those are the X value that is the same. So they repeat. So the answer here would be no, it is not a function. Because functions, all of your X values have to be different. They cannot be the same. Are y'all with me? All right. Now, let's look at H on the bottom. You've got 2, -4, -1, -17, 5, and 1. Did any of those repeat? No. So then that means this is a function. Okay. The last two were I and J, and these were the mapping statement ones. Okay. What you have to remember for a mapping statement is the first circle is your X, the second circle is your Y. What has to happen is each X should only have one Y. That means one arrow should go, or one line should go from here to the other side. Well, there's only one line at -3, one line at 0, one line at 1, and one line at 4. So this is an example of a function. So you would say yes. Now, J, the last one, Well, hey, how many x values are there? 1. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines coming off of it. So you can already tell that that's not good. That means that 1x has 4 different answers. So this one would not be a function. So the answer would be no. Okay? Now, how me going over that? Okay, and I know that was quick, but I told you it would be quick. That is how you would get your answers. That's how you would answer the questions on the other side. Okay? Now, I'm going to explain to you what you're doing today. I know it's not in front of you yet. You are going to get an answer sheet and you're going to get a packet of task cards. You need to use those task cards to fill out the answer sheet. Okay? They're going to ask you for domain and range, and they're also going to be asking you if it is a function or not. Those are the things that I want to know and want to see. You have until tomorrow at midnight to get that completed and uploaded to Canvas. Ready, set, go.